Nationwide, foreclosure filings have jumped 26% year over year. 26%. That means thousands of normal, everyday families are losing their homes. Now, if you have already received a notice of default, I need you to lean in and hang out with me for a few minutes because I want to share something that most homeowners completely miss. And that is the danger isn't the bank. The danger is the clock. Foreclosure is actually a very slow legal process. But if you freeze, if you wait and just hope that things are magically going to fix themselves, you're going to let your best options evaporate. So today I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to protect your equity. And most important, how to protect your sanity. Consider this video your tactical survival guide. Let's get to work. Now, the very first thing that I need you to do is execute a tactical data collection mission. Now, I know right now that it is extremely tempting to ignore all of those unopened envelopes that are piling up on your kitchen counter right now. I get it. Every piece of mail feels like an attack on your peace of mind. But ignoring those letters does not pause the bank's clock. All it does is strip away your weapons. What's most important to understand here is that a notice of default is not a foreclosure yet, but it is a warning sign. So I need you to go to that stack of mail right now, gather the mortgage statements, the lender correspondence, the attorney's notices, and put them all in one single folder. Now, we are not doing this to face the music. We're doing this for a specific reason. Every letter that you receive has a concrete deadline attached to it. Where you currently sit on that deadline determines what options are available to you. Once you have all of your paperwork together, the next step is to accurately diagnose your exact financial situation. But before we call anybody, I need you to ask yourself these two questions. Is this a temporary problem or is this a math problem? Let me explain, because there is a massive divide between the two. Maybe you fell behind because work slowed down, a medical emergency hit, or your income was temporarily interrupted, but now you're back on your feet. That is a temporary problem. Now, if you are looking at a temporary problem, I want you to fight for your house with everything you've got. Because in this situation, it's just going to take a little bit of time for you and the bank to work out something for you to keep your house. But on the other hand, maybe your income has permanently changed. Maybe the payment just doesn't fit your budget anymore. That is a math problem. And when a situation becomes a math problem, we've got to step back a little bit and look at it objectively, because now you need a strategic exit. Now that you know what kind of problem you're facing, your third step is to go ahead and call the lender. And you're going to have all of that information that we just gathered. Have your pay stubs, your tax returns, your utility bills, the bank statements, all sitting right in front of you. Because here's what most people don't know. The moment you call, the bank is going to ask you for your exact monthly income and expenses right over the phone, right then and there, to see if you qualify for help. If you guess or give them some rough estimate, their automated system can instantly deny you before a human being ever looks at your file. You need to know your numbers down to the penny. Now, when you get them on the phone, this is what I need you to ask. Do I qualify for hardship assistance? Is there a repayment plan or forbearance available? Is a loan modification an option? And what exactly do I need to submit to be reviewed? Trust me, banks actually want to help you keep your house. They are not in the money business. They're in the real estate business. They do not want your property. So being completely prepared for that call is what gets you on track faster. And that is critical, because right now, time is not on your side. Be prepared. If the numbers tell you that you are facing a permanent math problem, your fourth step is to map out a clean exit strategy before the bank takes that choice away from you. You know if this is a permanent math problem if you are borrowing money just to survive, using credit cards to make ends meet, or that monthly mortgage payment simply is not in your budget anymore. If this is where you are, selling is your strategic exit. Now, I don't want you to look at that as you giving up, because it's not. It's really the best way to protect your credit, Save that hard-earned equity and to give your family some breathing room. Now, that sale is going to look different depending on the situation that you're in. First, you've got a traditional sale, which is best when you've got enough equity and have enough time left on the bank's clock to let the market do its thing. Then there's an investor sale. This is when you need absolute speed, zero repairs, and a guaranteed cash closing to beat an auction date. And finally, there's a short sale. This is where the lender agrees to let the property sell for less than what is owed. Now, the point here is to know all of your options before those options disappear. Because the goal isn't to save the house at all costs. The goal is to protect your future. Foreclosure is a slow process, and the earlier you act, the more choices you're going to have. So open that mail, find out where you are on the timeline, figure out whether this is a temporary problem or a math problem, then call your lender prepared. I want you to fight for that house if it makes sense. But if the math no longer works, start looking for the cleanest exit before the bank makes that decision for you. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. If you've got a house right here in Metro Atlanta and you're looking for a strategic exit, reach out to me. Click the Work With Me link in the description below. Or if you just have a question, click the Ask Me Anything link. I read and answer each and every one of those questions. All right, I'm done, and I'll see you in the next video.